One was Paul McCartney and one was a lad called George Harrison, so three of the Beatles are being educated in the two buildings next to each other. You've got lots and lots of independent, family-run Cantonese restaurants. Does anyone like Chinese food? Yeah. That is the place to go if you like Chinese food. And a mate of mine reckons there's a restaurant down there where you can get an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet for £1. And I said to this mate of mine recently, I saw him and I said, "You're into that Chinese restaurant lady that said that they're still doing all-you-can-eat buffet for £1?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "I thought you, when did I last go there?" I said, "About 1966. Otherwise it doesn't sound very good." And he said, "Well, no, I was there just before Christmas." So what do you get to eat? He said the first course was a bowl of noodles. I said, "Why is it only £1 then?" "What was it like?" He said, "It was okay." I said, "Why is it only £1 then?" He said, "They never really explained it to me, but they did only give me one chopstick." I said, "Have you got any Welsh on board?" "Okay, well in that case." Well, I'll tell you why I asked you that. Hopefully you'll be able to pick out some letters etched into the brickwork. The letters NSWB, which stood for North and South Wales Bank. So you just saw the Bank of Liverpool earlier. This was the Bank of Wales. We had the Bank of England, we had the Bank of Ireland, and the Bank of Scotland. And we had a bank called Martin's Bank, which is the only major bank to have its headquarters outside. It's slowly, the lights are on green, but I'm looking back at the brewery village. That used to be a brewery back there called Kane's Brewery. We'll see the Kane's sign as we go around the block. I want to tell you a quick story about that brewery. I mean, it's not brewing any longer. It closed about 10 years ago after a tragic accident. Thank you very much. Now, most of the stories on my tours are true, honestly, but just one or two of them maybe aren't quite as true as the others. I'll let you work out which is which by the time you get back to Albert Dock. We're going to turn right here on Mariners Wharf. There is one last stop here which is not often used, but we can stop people here if they're and they'll go to the Kane's Brewery or something. It's the oldest surviving business in Liverpool and has been going since 1748. Remarkably, not many people in Liverpool have heard of them. So look on your left now and you'll see how Liverpool's moving with the times. How we've moved into the 21st century, because that was the former Brunswick and Coburg docks. I'm going to tell you a bit about the significance of the docks in Liverpool now. On the right hand side, you see them doing, I think it's dragon boat racing there. That was the former Queen's Dock and it's now a water sports centre. I'm going to explain to you now on the last leg of the tour how Liverpool became the busiest commercial seaport in the world and how we were attracting 40% of the world's trade. We had 40% of the world's trade coming through our docks. And you'll see how big some of these docks were and how many people they could accommodate, how many ships they could have accommodated. I don't fancy a dip in there. You can see quite a few people there. Arctic souls swimming in the water. As you can see, it's the water. Or the Baltic Triangle opposite here. This would be the closest stop. Also bought there from Chinatown, which is not very far either. I shouldn't think there'd be too much going on yet. It's a bit early in the day, 10 to 11. If anyone fancies some free water sports lessons, then just remember to show your ticket to the water sports man. You'd say you're a City Explorer passenger. But before you get off the bus, just see our driver John. He's got a spare pair of Speedos down there. I used to say for the fellas, but of course nowadays I get told off there. I don't think a lot of opportunities these days. But the girls get on with it as well, people. Now then, conditions are completely different now to the way they were yesterday. When I was out yesterday, Friday this was, the tide was out pretty much all day. Now the tide of the River Mersey is in. I just want to explain how we became the busiest commercial seaport in the world, and it was all because of the River Mersey. It's got a tidal range which has a difference of 32 feet difference between high tide up there and low tide down there. and that was causing mayhem really. Liverpool became the third busiest port in England by 1699, 1700. The only reason that we were becoming a busier port was because of our geographical location on the northwest coast of England, because it was a handy place to be for trade between Britain and America, so lots and lots of ships were sailing on a weekly basis between Liverpool and places like New York, Boston, places in Canada like Montreal. But although we were bringing cargo from all over the world, it was taking 2 whole weeks just to unload one ship. And we got round the problem by building docks, which is the work of a genius, a man called Thomas Steers. Most people in Liverpool have never even heard of this man, but if you go in our Maritime Museum, ask about him, and they will tell you that he was the most important person who ever set foot in a day and a half, so it was much, much quicker, and therefore it was saving a lot of money then, and it was attracting ships from all over the world. So we had interlinked docks well before anybody else in the world. The break at 12 o'clock, there'll just be another driver and another guy come on just to give us an early lunch break. But you don't really need to know that. Over there on the left hand side, see lots of Liverpool fans out today going to the final game, Premier League game of the season at Anfield. But over there you've got 4 statues. They're likely to be very busy later. See people taking photographs with them. Those 4 men have got their backs to us, so anyway, if you look left where this one scooter is now, those slabs that you see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. They've all got the names of Cunard ships on the front. See how many you can spot. The first one on the left you should be able to see. It's called the Britannia. And can you see where the scooter is? Most of the ship names end in the letters IA. Names like Britannia, Arabia, Persia. To the right of the stairs you'll see names Carpathia, Mauritania, Lusitania. So you'll see, you can usually spot that a ship is a Cunard ship because it ends in IA. Britannia was the first ship, the ship that Charles in Nova Scotia in January 1842, when he'd have been 29 years old, I reckon. He was born he lived from 1812 until 1870, so he would have been 30 years old the year that he travelled to America for the first time. This is our cruise liner terminal on the left. It's not the most impressive thing in the world, but there are plans afoot to develop Liverpool. People often ask me, whether still he came round an hour ago. You were on with me before, so well, I'll tell you something about that church then, just to give you something a little bit different. The Church of Our Lady and St Nicholas. St Nicholas is the patron saint of sailors, which is why some Liverpool people still call it the Sailors' Church. Now, there's been a church on that site since the 13th century, but no doubt you're going to look at that church and think to yourself, well, there's no way that that's a 13th century church, and you'd be right to say so, because it's been rebuilt on 2 occasions. In 1810 the bell tower collapsed, and very, very sadly in that incident there were 25 little children from a local place called the Liverpool saying, ladies, if you'd like to go shopping for a couple of hours, and if you've got a man with you, you can leave him with us and we'll take care of him for you. Book him in here. And in Liverpool that's known as a public house. You'll see a building on the right called Our Days Night Hotel. Look from right to left and you see statues of Ringo Starr, George Harrison, Paul McCartney, John Lennon. That narrow street on the right is called Matthew Street. I was walking down it yesterday with 2 lots of American people on a walking vehicles tour. Take up a cobbled street called William Brown Street, but I want you to try and hold on tight. We'll look simultaneously to your left. And as this red car goes round the roundabout, look at that flashing road sign. Behind it there's a white road sign, and above the white road sign you should see a statue. Hopefully you'll have spotted that. If not, we'll get a second bite of the cherry when we come down.